Good morning. So it's a little before 6. I'm heading into work here. I have to do some oil changes on my equipment as it's nearing the end of the golf season, and I have to do a full detail of this truck. But why I am making this video here is because you will see that I took about an 800-mile road trip here with the truck up to Houghton, Michigan, up into the Keweenaw Peninsula, and back over to Ashland, and then back home. So that totaled about 800 miles, 971 so far. So by the time we get to work, it'll be 800 miles. So I'm very, I'm doing this review here because I've never taken that long of a road trip with the truck before. I bought this truck here. It was in 2021. It had about 40,000-ish miles on it. A little later in the video here, once I go more in depth, I'll get out and show the vehicle here. Ooh, there's a deer right there. Wouldn't want to hit that. Anyway, so I bought the truck. I've been very, very happy with it. Yesterday it would have been the 7th of November, 2023. Ram announced their upcoming lineup for the 2025 model year, which included the Ram Charger, so the battery electric, the fully electric, the new gas ice powered trucks, which included the Hurricane Inline 6 engines, and the I want to say the RHO. So a lot of different vehicles in their lineups now, and of course I have the 2019, so the Gen 5 with the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. So I had a choice here of vehicles that I wanted to use on the road trip, and it came down to the Ram. We have a Durango RT Tow and Go here that is also sweet. We took that on the trip last year, although I was figuring that while it does have a ton of space, I just didn't necessarily want to take that, just for the fact that it didn't have quite as much space as the truck, and I have a tonneau cover on my bed, so any cool stuff that we find, rocks or petrified wood or whatever, it can go in the back, along with all of our stuff too, which we did have a ton of it. And of course the bed of the truck fit perfectly for all of that stuff. So that's why I wanted to take the truck over that. We also had the Dodge Journey to choose from, which has the 3.6 liter V6. It's the RT trim. Again, same thing as Durango. There was enough room for passengers for sure, but we just didn't get that bed/trunk space that we do with the truck. So that was out of the question. Of course, the 300, although being a full-size car and it would have had enough space, that's out of the question because that's rear-wheel drive. So interestingly enough, we took the Ram truck here, and I wasn't disappointed with it. When you think of a road trip car, trucks, especially these higher trim trucks with all their commodities or like necessities, if I can even talk this morning, the trucks have now. So heated, cooled seats, very comfortable leather seats. These have the suede inserts on the sides, the Alcantara suede, as this is the Laramie Sport, and the passengers have the heated rear seats. I decided not to go with the cooling seats when I got the truck because I just don't have a lot of passengers in my truck. I basically am driving alone. So as you can see, though, this did get the worst gas mileage out of the 4 vehicles we could have chose by far. Durango would have averaged about 2 miles per gallon better, and the Journey would have been in the lower 20s, and the 300 would have been in the upper teens. So, overall, I knew what I was getting into, although this does have the largest gas tank. I knew what I was getting into when I took the truck. But anyway, let's rejoin in the shop here so we can talk about some of the exterior bits and dive more into why I took the truck. All right, so to revisit here the Ram and why I took it, before we start detailing it here. You know, the bed, like I talked about, the bed is huge. So I put everything that I needed to in the back of the truck. And honestly, the ease of access into the bed is pretty dang nice. Because of the fact that, you know, I had my parents with who are a little older. So I could just literally press a button and the truck will lower, which worked out really good for them to get into the truck and to put stuff in the back of the bed. So, you know, it made the step-in height more similar to like a Tahoe or something like that. So it wasn't as high as the actual truck, because this truck does come with a 1-inch lift from the factory, and I leveled it. So it is a little bit taller than the norm. But, you know, it's big too as well. It's got the 4-corner air suspension, which I just showed. So the comfort of the ride was really good, along with these BF Goodrich 275s that I have on there. And if we take a look at the rear seat here, it's not overly dirty, but it is dirty enough to where I have to clean. There's ample legroom back here, ample legroom. They had unbelievable amounts of legroom back here. You had your heated seats. You have your little pull down area here for any beverages that you want to put in there. Tons of charging here. So it really is the cat's meow when it comes to a back seat, along with the panoramic moonroof as well. So, you know, that's another reason why I took it. To tell you the truth, actually, the passenger, and I've sat in my truck before, the one thing about the passenger side about the Ram truck is that you don't have as much room as competitors, I feel. And that's just from me sitting in it. I mean, there's still plenty of room, don't get me wrong, more than any SUV out there. But for a truck, it just doesn't seem to have that room that you would expect out of a full-size truck. Of course, finally here, we took it for the off-road capability. So I did go off-road a few times. But not, you know, enough to where I actually needed this truck's off-road capability. But this does have the off-road package group. So underneath, I get skid plates, I get a locking rear differential, I get hill descent control, and I get different gearing on this 392 gearing to help with the off-road capability of the truck. So overall, am I happy? Well, taking this truck up north and putting 800 miles on it, yes. The only downside of it, you're getting, what did I get, 15.6 miles to the gallon? But that's a truck. This is a big-ass vehicle. This is a 6,000-pound truck. Paired it with everybody we had in there, you're looking at probably 7,000 pounds with all the cargo that we had and the 4 of us in there. So it was, you know, it was a heavy beast, but it got it done, and I'm exceptionally happy that we took it. I mean, I have to give it a 9 out of 10, and I don't think any truck's going to go higher than that just because of the gas mileage. So until I either get a TRX or a new Ram plug-in hybrid, it's going to stay at 9 out of 10. So very happy. If you're looking here for a Ram truck for a long road trip, it's the truck for you. Make sure you get the air suspension, and you will be exceptionally happy.